now that we are getting our first little stride and we're going forward, we're moving, I gave you the gas, now I got to give you the brakes. But before I do that, I have to introduce you to the scissor position. So let's get a little bit of speed on our skates first. And then from there, I'm gonna push my feet apart into this parallel scissor baby split type of position. All right, so I'm gonna show you front. I'm pushing my feet apart, okay? Turn to the side from here, and I push out in this type of position. Now, this is a very stable position, all right? Anytime you're doing some dangerous maneuvers or you need a stable position to depend on, this is a very stable position, and this is a very stable position. It's usually very comfortable to turn from and move in and out of while you're performing different techniques. So we're gonna use this scissor in order to perform a scissor stop. So I'm gonna show you what the scissor stop looks like, and then we're gonna break it down. Here it is. All right, so let's talk about the scissor stop. What's happening? I'm in my scissor position, I push out. Most of my weight is on this front leg. And by most of this weight, I literally mean like 95% of my weight is here and only 5%-ish is on this back foot. But really, you want almost all of your weight on that front leg. And here's the test to know if you're doing it correctly. You push out into your scissor and then you pick up your back foot. If you go to pick up your back foot and you have to do this, and then you pick it up, well, now you have the correct amount of weight on your front foot. That's how it should always feel. You shouldn't have to adjust. It should be a lunge type of position, and this foot is very light. And the reason for that is whenever we're doing braking techniques, you have two things that's happening. You have your base, and then you have your brake, okay? So your base is gonna be where most of your weight is. Your brake is gonna be the foot that you're using to apply friction to drag you to a stop, all right? And that's all we're doing is we're just touching the ground so that we get a little bit of resistance, and we do that long enough and apply greater amounts of force over time until you come to a stop, right? Think of it just like when you're driving a car and you pull up at a red light. You don't just smash on the brakes. I hope. I wouldn't want to hop in the car with you if you did, all right? You ease onto the brakes over time and press it a little bit more firmly until you come to a stop, all right? So the same thing happens here. I'm gonna get into my scissor and I'm gonna touch the ground, and then I'm gonna press over time. Here it is again. Ready, scissor, touch, press, all right? I'm exaggerating my brake so that you can see all the different parts happening, all right? So you don't have to pick your foot up. You can just drop your toe, all right? This is how it's gonna look normally. Ready, scissor, stop. So that is your scissor stop, all right? Practice that slow. You can also practice from here. Just get a good push and then drag the toe. Push, drag the toe. All right, this is why having toe plugs in your skates are important. This is gonna be your go-to beginner method for stopping, all right? And if you don't have the bigger toe plugs in, then you need to have some dance plugs in with probably some toe covers, especially if you're outside. You don't wanna tear up your boot unnecessarily.